Hi, I'm Neil Burden.
Hi, I'm Sam Butler.
And we are Burden
and Butler. And this is our rural property podcast.
Bricks, Banter and Backroads.
Yeah!
On this first episode.
Good profits to be made.
There's money to be made, yeah.
And obviously me being a good builder, that.
Yeah. Well, allegedly, I mean,
We thought we was going to spend a certain amount.
Yeah.
And it's already gone over that point.
Yeah.
Buying land here.
Yeah.
Like, we're looking at a deal that it's unbelievable, aren't we?
Yeah.
At the minute.
All my money's gone already.
Yeah.
And we've only done the two properties.
Yeah.
So people listening are probably thinking, well, you boys are idiots.
Because we too have a cash flow situation that we've got to manage.
Massive.
That's some big boy balls, that is. I'm really enjoying the colour in here.
Yeah, it's moody.
Yeah, it's very vibey.
It's a good vibe. So, Victoria, play the theme tune. Burden and Butler.
Would you like me just
So,
to do you want me to use the same as what we used for the intro on the Burden and Butler YouTube?
Is it a bit rocky? I don't know.
It's a little bit.
What's your feel? What's your
Maybe we should write something.
You're gonna write something,
Yeah.
okay?
Is that spoiling it?
No.
No?
Might you see it?
Okay, good.
Just gonna come and see.
Oh.
I don't know, maybe it's a bit more relaxed and,
With more chilled music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I don't think I've ever heard the music or took notice of the music into a podcast.
Okay, well, I'll listen now.
See, really, this is part of it. So,
We're on brand.
welcome everybody to episode number 1, the pilot episode of Bricks, Banter and Backroads.
Yeah, this is our... We're
I had to read it because I forgot what it's called.
It's a bit of a mouthful, but
it's a bit, I've heard.
it's going to become very catchy. You'll all be on it soon enough.
But who are we? What are we called?
So we're Burden and Butler.
We are Burden and Butler.
It's a lot of bees.
A lot of bees. Yeah. Look how much fun we're having. Look, we'd only known each other a week then.
Literally, we're fun guys, aren't we?
Yeah, well, it was then anyways. Just progressively
gone a
got
bit?
Yeah, it's just got progressively worse. No. So over the next few episodes, we are going to be discussing everything property development in rural Lincolnshire.
Specific to our area.
Yeah, but any rural living really,
Yeah.
for anybody that wants to do what we're doing.
Yeah, because I think there's a bit of a misconception on the rural
Oh,
property development.
or property development in general.
Yeah. We've discovered that we see a lot going on down south towards the London area that just does not hit this area at all.
No.
And it isn't possible.
There's people doing it down south and they're like, oh, you don't want to get into it, it's hard work, it's blah, blah, it's this, it's that.
Yeah.
But land prices are very different here.
A lot cheaper. And there's still huge scope for profits. And I think that's the thing that we've noticed is that in certain areas, certain pockets of Lincolnshire especially, if you can recognise it, then there's good profits to be made.
There's money to be made, yeah.
And obviously me being a good builder, that. Yeah.
Well, allegedly, I mean, well, we ought to really tell everybody what's going on here and how we've met and everything.
Yeah. So I've come full construction background. I own SB Construction. So we employ our own lads. We do everything full turnkey in construction, from building a house from the ground to the finish. And you, Neil?
Me, I know absolutely jack about building. I've got a basic knowledge. I'm not one of those people that doesn't know how to do DIY, put it that way.
No. But you're a businessman.
I'm a businessman. So Sam, back in, I can't remember how long ago. How long have we known each other now? September, about 5 months.
Yeah.
You put an advert out, didn't you?
Yeah, I was looking for an investor, but it was never anticipated to be long term. It was like get my foot in the door, get somebody on board, and then build it from there. But it was really, I wanted to dip my toe into, look, let's start doing our own thing.
Yeah.
Whereby there's no customer there anymore. We know what we can do. We just needed the initial financial investment to get us going. And like I say, I put that ad out.
You did.
And I think I put it out quite a few times, to be honest.
How long had you had the advert out for?
I think I'd put it out 6 months prior to that, and then I put it out again, and that's when you hit me up, and you contacted me and was like, let's have a coffee.
Well, I mean, really, so I, as you know, obviously I sold my business last year, which was in nothing to do with building, which was in wheels, agricultural wheels. Family business, I've been with my dad for 15 years doing it. So I came out and I was lost. I had no idea what I want to do. And I have struggled my arse off to kind of figure out what it is that I wanted to do. And really, I think you came along at the perfect time. I think my brother-in-law sent me a message saying, there's a builder online, he's looking for investment, short-term investment. Why don't you go have a chat with him? And I thought,
no.
I'll go meet up with him, see what it is. It's probably nothing. I wasn't going with any kind of confidence that nothing was going to happen.
No.
And Vic thought, I'll let Neil do this. Let him have it.
You know what, though? It's like a scary jump for you, because obviously you knew nothing about it.
I know.
You know nothing about construction.
I know nothing about construction. I know nothing about investment.
You didn't know me at all.
No.
So a big... And same for me, though, as well. I didn't know you at all, but I just think you click with people and then we're both as weird as each other.
Well, it turns out that way.
We're weird, aren't we?
I think so, yeah.
We like to have a laugh, but...
No.
Shut up, you lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I was definitely cacking my pants before I came, because I was like, I've got to try and make it like I know what I'm talking about, yeah. But I think within, 5-10 minutes...
and I think that conversation could have gone like that way, a bit egotistical, if I had been that guy, and we was like big dicking each other.
Yeah.
And obviously I am the big dick.
I think that we had a certain degree of like, look, this is what I've done, which you have to do, because, how else do you find out what somebody's done and stuff? So
the way I looked at it, I'd done it previously before. I tried to put the cards on the table to someone. It didn't really go the direction I wanted it, and I just thought of you. I just put it all out on the table, and let's just see where it went.
Yeah,
and
we actually had a lot in common.
Yeah,
outside of business.
Yeah,
which kind of helps. I think initially we thought, we'll do this one property, which was an auction property.
Oh man.
Which, by the way, we never got the auction property.
We do not recommend an auction. My God, it was stressful.
It's too stressful.
And Neil doesn't like to lose people.
No.
He does not like to lose.
I was like, bids, keep going, come on.
So,
but we lost it.
Don't look at him and think he'll give up. No.
But we did lose it in the end.
We did,
and probably rightly so, because it went way out of budget.
Too much. But moving on from there, what have we done from there then?
So we then went away. I came back to Vic and said, I'm interested in doing this. And she was, I think, you were a bit like,
this is interesting. What did Vic think of?
Well, she kind of was thinking, let's let this play out. Because it's like, it'll be nothing.
Yeah.
And anyway, I said, Vic, come along, let's go look at the house, which we did. We met up with you. And all of a sudden, she started to feel it. She liked you.
That's the first time we met, is it, Vic?
Yeah.
At the Horncastle property.
And I impressed her.
Yeah, you did. You impressed her. So, and I was like, look, if we're doing this, let's do it properly. Families have got to meet. Really, we kind of took it to the next level almost immediately.
Well, that was the day we named Burden and Butler.
We went for a drink, didn't we?
Yeah. That was the very day.
Yeah, we did.
We went for a beer.
Yeah.
And then we sort of thought, if we're going to do this...
Best laid plans are always from a beer.
Yeah. What are we going to do? What are we going to call it?
Yeah. So
and I came up with it.
You did.
Did you? I can't remember.
He did. He actually
right.
did.
So, and then we were like, okay, if we're doing this, let's do it properly. So this was prior to the auction. So we were like, okay. So the auction came, lost the house, and then we were like, well, we're in now.
We were.
Although it was just that one property we were going to do, we were like, no, this is what we're doing now.
Which is, again, it's like, I look back and I think, well, you could have just gone, nah, that's put me right off.
Yeah.
But the thing about us, I think, what we've got in common is that when we're in, we're all in.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're not doing it at all.
We're all in.
Yeah.
And I think that's what other people, if they want to do this, they need to establish that relationship. Because if you've got one that isn't quite the same, or is half in and half out, they won't stick to it.
I just wonder if our kind of relationship is unique in the fact that we're in business together. You're the builder and I'm not.
Yeah.
Whereas most property developers, I don't know, will probably be just the developer. They're not builders.
Yeah, I think we made that commitment, didn't we? We said, you know what? Let's set up a company. Let's do this properly. It's not going to be a one-time thing.
Yeah.
Set the company up, half and half.
Yeah.
Straight in.
Yeah.
And then we knew we're locked in.
Yeah.
We're locked in. It can't be a one-hit wonder.
No.
Kind of thing.
And then we've both got kind of skin in the game. We've got to, we want to make it work.
Oh man, I think we spoke about this the other day. Actually, it's like interesting how some people limit themselves to a certain degree, and the way I compare it is that there was a time when I set up SB Construction. I wasn't VAT registered.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, don't I? But I didn't last long. I was like, well, if I'm ever gonna do anything, I need to be above that threshold.
Yeah.
And I think recognising those limits and pushing past them is a big part of it.
But it's uncomfortable though.
Yeah.
It's really
pushing
uncomfortable.
Yourself outside of that comfort zone.
Yeah.
So we, obviously, moving on from that point, that's when we found Eastfield Road, wasn't it?
Yep.
It was one weekend. I remember I was scanning Rightmove or whatever I was scanning, and I was like, Burden, I found one.
Yeah.
And I sent it straight across to all of us, didn't I?
Did.
We got a group chat.
Yeah.
And we went and looked at it, me and my wife Kasha. Straight away went and looked at it, and then we was like, yeah, this is the one. And then you went on the Monday.
Yep.
And I think it was probably you being the way you are.
Yeah, I was
you
right.
Probably put that bid in.
That'll do. Just
that day.
I called them.
Yeah. And we'd made the offer.
Yeah.
We had a throwback though, didn't we? You didn't accept the...
I think we went in at like 110.
Yeah.
I think they came back at 120.
120, yeah.
Yeah. So
But I fell in love with that because I could see the potential in that with what the extension that was going on there.
Yeah.
The area it was in. And I think they're the key things that you've got to recognise when you're trying to do this.
Yeah.
Is that find your brand.
Yeah.
Think about whether it's going to suit that area and whether you can pull the value back out of that property.
Yeah.
And then just go for it.
Do you think we went in a little bit blind to what was involved? I mean, not from a building point of view, but from like...
Definitely not from building.
No.
I think maybe... So we speak about this quite regularly, but anticipated profits is a big part of what we talk about now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's very new to us. We still haven't sold our first property. We've obviously got another one in the pipeline. Well, it's bought.
Yeah.
And we're trying to anticipate our sellout value at the end. We know what we think we're going to spend, but this is interesting as well, that we thought we was going to spend a certain amount, and it's already gone over that point.
Yeah.
But me and you, and I think this is just great, is that we've both agreed that in order for us to push the brand we want and the quality into these houses, we're prepared to go a bit over
to the next level
to push it out to the people that are going to want it.
Yeah.
So a big part of what we've discovered early on is managing expectations, isn't it?
Yes.
And the overall, what we think we can get out of each property. And everyone's different. None of them are the same.
No.
But what is interesting about our brand and what we're trying to do is that the properties are one of one, really. So they're exclusive to their area. Although that might change later on down the line, we're still trying to make each house a part of the brand, but different. Everyone will be different.
Which makes life difficult when we're trying to think of a sellout price, because we've obviously spoken to estate agents and we've got kind of ballpark figures, but it's so different to anything else out there. Yeah. Even they're struggling to kind of come up with a figure.
It's very, and I think that's a very difficult job for them to do.
Yeah.
Until they actually, having had that experience with Matt, it's sort of taught me that maybe we went in a bit soon with the valuation.
I see what you mean.
And maybe we should have held off a bit longer, but it was just nice to get an overall valuation on things and what.
Explain that, guys.
So we got an estate agent in, Matt from Newton Fallowell, which hopefully we're going to get on this podcast in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
He came over to the Louth project that we've got going on and gave us a valuation, which was a lot less than what we thought. But I suppose from his point of view, you know, he doesn't want to give us an unrealistic figure or a figure that he might not have, and then make him look unprofessional, I suppose. So
he's got to be conservative.
He has.
I feel, because
You did also put him on camera.
Yeah,
we put him on camera under pressure.
Under pressure, yeah.
Yeah.
And sort of, we had already told him what we had expected.
Yes.
So I think he was sort of bringing us back down to the earth a little bit in some ways, but
yeah,
in some ways as well, having spoken to other people, it could be received as that estate agents work in two ways. Some will wait for a sale, others will want to make sales.
Yes.
So being conservative will probably make a sale quicker.
Yeah.
And Matt obviously will want to sell for us and do a good job.
Yeah, do it quick.
Yeah, it's like working for a customer. You want to do a good job, isn't it?
I just wonder though if it gave us the kick up the arse maybe that we needed to kind of look more into what we were doing.
Yeah, it did.
Whether we wanted to hear that information or not, it was actually probably useful for us.
I suppose, and then we made a few drawbacks, didn't we?
We did. Yeah.
And it made us analyse the overall budget.
Yeah.
And kind of where we're prepared to go with it, but don't divert from the brand.
Yeah.
And lose that.
We're still going to that next level. We're spending more than most people would.
Yeah.
But it's going to be unique. It's going to be high standard.
Yeah.
As soon as it's finished, people will be hopefully wowed by it.
Do you think by us doing that brings a greater value?
For me, if I was doing it, and if I was buying the property, I'd want it all finished, all done, looking amazing, no upgrades. Because sometimes people buy new build houses, they're constantly upgrading over the next 5 years.
What's the point?
You won't have to do this.
No.
It'll be done.
And it'll be mint.
Exactly.
Absolutely mint.
And if you want to see it, you can go on YouTube and watch the progress.
Yeah,
Burden and Butler, YouTube.
Instagram.
Yeah.
We're on there and we do daily updates.
Yeah.
Or weekly updates, don't we, with our YouTube episodes.
Yeah.
But I guess just talking about Lincolnshire and where we are, it's so different from being in London or Essex or anywhere like that.
Yeah.
We haven't got the top value that we can get out at the end.
No.
But like you said earlier, buying land here, like we're looking at a deal that it's unbelievable, aren't we?
Yeah.
At the minute.
I mean, let's take the single plot that we bought to start with, which is in a little village just outside of Market Raising called Legsby, and we'll be honest, we paid 90,000 for the piece of land, and it's probably a third of an acre, maybe just a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
90,000 for that, and we're going to be putting
full planning.
With full planning on it.
Yeah. And we got that down, didn't we?
We did get that down. Yeah.
I can't remember.
I think it was 110, 120, something like that.
So it's unbelievable. We're 2 minutes away from the racecourse, 2 minutes away from the town itself.
Yeah.
And a golf course.
And a golf course.
We love golf.
Yeah, we were just telling Vic earlier, weren't we, that we're going to be doing another YouTube channel, which is me and Sam on tour playing golf throughout the summer.
So you see the TikToks where people are going around playing golf
courses.
Me and Burden, we're going to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, around the world, though.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah. We'll start local, girls. Don't worry, we're not going on holiday yet.
We might start our own YouTube channel.
Oh.
What's that going to be then?
Wives on tour.
Wives on tour.
Crikey, how original.
Only fans.
It will be the
Hey, could help us out.
Cash flow, guys.
I think maybe we should speak about schedules on these projects and how we're managing to schedule these projects out, and if we're just going with the flow or we have a bit of a structure as to when we start, we start and when we finish, because it's been quite a learning curve up to now.
Oh, it's been fluid to say the least, really. We got Louth, didn't we? And then within 2 weeks we were like, oh, this other plot of land's come up that we were just talking about, let's go for that as well. So we did that. That took ages to go through, didn't it?
That's it. It's just so we had an idea of when we thought we could start or when I could get the guys to start, but that was thrown back because obviously solicitors.
Well, we're going to get a solicitor on here.
We need a solicitor on here
to
just talk through, because that process from when we actually made the final bid and it got accepted to us actually completing just seems so long. And laborious.
I hope whoever we get on's got a thick skin, because we're going to hammer them.
We need to.
Flipping.
I want to know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
in that time whilst we're waiting for the bloody thing to go through.
But we've said, though, we could get a solicitor that's quick, that's shit hot, but then if we're selling to someone that's got a solicitor that isn't, it's a waste of time. Yeah.
So, for instance, with Legsby, we were so on it.
Yeah.
Because it's a new build plot. We thought we can just smash this out.
It's just a piece of land.
You know, piece of land, you don't think there's going to be any hurdles to cross or go over. But this guy was living in Saudi Arabia or somewhere like that, trying to sell it to us, and we did it over Christmas.
Yeah.
The paperwork supposedly got signed, and then he'd sent it to someone in Southampton who then had to run it back to their solicitor.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So we've not had a great start.
When did we finally get it over the line? It took 3 months, didn't it?
Took 3 months to get a piece of land over the line.
For a piece of land.
So what we've realised now is that we need to pre-plan.
Yeah.
So like the last project is coming towards an end.
Yeah.
We're going to start the new build on the plot. So really we need to be looking now on the next job, which we are. And really we don't know if we're jumping too quickly with this one. You were just mentioning it earlier,
ambitious,
Sam.
Aren't we?
Where are we at with,
You know, I think, like we said, we are all in. And when we're all in, we're going for it at full pelt. And I guess this thing that we're talking about, can we talk about it?
Yeah, to a degree. So it's a plot, isn't it, that's got five houses on it.
It's a development, really.
Yeah.
So it's a big nudge in the direction our overall goal where we want to be. But we're deciding, is it too soon? Can we do it? We're just trying to structure it in a way that it's manageable for us. And I think this is, for anybody who's trying to do this, remember that you can actually go back to these guys and say, well, we can't probably do it all right now, but we can do part of it.
Yeah.
And then we'll pay the rest when we've done a couple more or something like that.
A structured deal is, I mean, it's pretty unheard of, really.
Yeah.
If we can make that work, it makes each plot worth, what was it, 60, maybe, no, 55 grand maybe for a plot?
Over the overall. It's,
So
I think we've discussed it, but it's just, if it comes off, it's unbelievable.
But it's all like, double, triple the amount of money that we would normally...
It's overwhelming, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think, because obviously we've got an unadopted road to go in as well.
Yeah.
So that is all purely on us to do, and it isn't just 100 yards. It's a big road, to be fair, for 5 developments, which are big, lovely, prestige houses. So it's a real dipping your toe into the big boy world of development, isn't it? And I think we're up for it, though, aren't we?
I think we are up for it.
Yeah.
It's just scary. I mean, all my money's gone already, and we've only done the 2 properties.
Yeah.
So,
but we've got value in property.
We've got value in property.
Yeah.
We've got people that want to help us out to get to that next stage.
Yeah.
We just
and that's amazing that. I just want to touch on that. Because we're a few months into this, and we're only a few months into this.
Yeah.
People are looking at this and going, you know what, this is great.
Yeah.
Well, I want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
And that's evolving every day, really.
Because imagine if we just did one single plot, it would take us years to get to the 5 property development stage.
It's like a leapfrog situation where we're leaping 2-3 years. Because we could carry on at this pace.
Yep, comfortably.
I mean, I talk about this pace. It's a bit of a joke, really, isn't it? We're 4 months in,
I know.
2 properties. One's nearly finished. One's about to start.
Yeah.
And now we're looking at 5 in one go.
Yeah.
It's just
slow.
If me and Neil aren't the most impatient people, I don't know what we are.
Well, we're ready to move on to the next
project.
project.
You said to me just now.
I did.
Yeah.
I'm just so impatient. People listening are probably thinking, well, you boys are idiots.
But that's where mine stems from. Is I've always been impatient.
Yeah.
When I was running SB Construction.
Yeah.
It was like, one job wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Right, I'll go for another one.
Yeah.
Not enough. I'll go for another one. To the point where I had like 8-9 jobs.
Yeah.
But then you're in a different... I was in a different world altogether. It was a big boy world for me.
Yeah.
And you needed to pull your socks up and get on with it. And sort of learn... I was learning on the job, really.
Yeah, that's the best way, though.
Yeah. So it taught me a lot, and then I reined it back, and then I got a bit more comfortable with it.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go again now, though.
That's the thing. I don't know about you, but I feel more at home when things are hustling and bustling, and there's a lot
and
going on.
you're under pressure now.
Yeah.
I feel like you can make some bad decisions, but you can also, I feel like we'll thrive under pressure.
Yeah.
And don't be scared of being uncomfortable, because that's all I've ever done, really.
Jeez, yeah. I mean, that's something that anybody that is an entrepreneur will realise, that you've got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and that is...
Like, I can remember working for Dad, and I was like, oh, what do I want to do? I don't want to do this anymore, whatever he was doing.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm going to go and do this. So I went and set up the business, SB Construction. I was like, I want to go. I love building, and this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
So coming from, and I've always been self-employed. I've never been employed.
Yeah.
So you're always kind of in an uncomfortable situation. You never knew when you was going to get paid. You never knew really how much work you had.
Yeah.
And whether you could hold on to that work. And it was just an evolving situation where you had to become comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So
at least now you're in control of the jobs.
My God, I can't talk to you enough
We're not
about this.
We're not waiting for someone to pay you.
Because honestly, anybody who watches this who is a builder or a construction company will understand the hardship that comes with customers. Some of them are absolutely amazing, but some of them are not. And getting people to make decisions, which I was telling Neil about, and everybody really that's doing this, is that we're going to thrive at this point, because when we're getting towards the end stages, this is when customers struggle to make decisions and what they want in a property.
Yeah.
So you can be umming and ahhing for months on end, and then before you know it, the price that I'd given someone, it is now, I'm at a loss because I had a time frame, say it was 6 months. It's gone over 2 months now.
Yeah.
Well, I was on to the next job, and it always worked in that motion, is that it was one job after another, and if you hadn't hit that time frame and gone over it, it cost you money.
Yeah.
So I can't speak about it enough, and I think this is where we're going to benefit massively, is that we're making the decisions. Like Eastfield Road in Louth, we've made all the decisions before we're even plastered.
Yeah.
It's all done. The kitchen's signed for, the bathrooms are done.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a plan. And everybody's got an input as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So all of our lads.
All of your lads, yeah.
The girls.
Yeah.
They've all, I mean, the girls are, they've done me over in the kitchens, in the bathroom.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
I feel like they've set you up, mate, to be honest. I
just felt like, do they really want me here?
No.
No. Why did they get me in there?
Stay in your lane,
Just
Sam.
to take the piss out of me. And my lane is the building, so I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that.
The thing is, we're all, like you said, we're all going to have a say on it, but you can't be worrying too much about what's going on with that, because you've got the organising of the lads to do.
There's too much going on in the day-to-day basis to be bothered.
And if we get 5 houses that we've got to do, we've got to structure that even differently to what we're doing it now.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just going to get out of control.
We need to be, all 5 need to be sorted before it started, really.
Well, for like the Legsby plot, we've already started discussing bathrooms and kitchens with Lavish.
In
Louth, who we're going to get on.
People like that on board.
Oh, it's brilliant.
I think that's new to me as well, and obviously to you, is that they're putting steps in whereby that's already sorted.
Yeah.
Before we've even put a digger bucket in the ground.
Yeah.
It's going to be sorted, and we'll just go straight to it. The plan will be there.
Yep.
It'll all be done and dealt with.
It could be ordered, before we've even started almost.
Yeah. So we get in front with everything. But I understand that at times you might not want to order something straight away, because it's a cash flow situation as well.
Yeah.
Because we too have a cash flow situation that we've got to manage.
Massive.
Yeah, and it's massive.
Yeah.
The bills are horrendous.
I think anybody that runs a business right now is struggling with cash flow.
Yeah.
Everybody. So we get it. And I think over the next few weeks, we'll find, probably other than solicitors and accountants, whether they have cash flow, I don't know, because they charge an obscene amount of money per hour to do the job.
It makes you feel ill, really.
It does make you feel ill.
Yeah.
Yeah, 150 quid plus an hour. I know they have to train hard.
Why aren't we getting that kind of money?
I don't know.
One day, eh?
Well, this is the thing. This is why wasting time choosing things, that's why we want to be on it. Because we need to get the houses sold. Otherwise, we don't get paid.
And we ain't got all the answers.
No.
So why not leave it to the people in that area
exactly.
to do it? That's their profession.
Yeah. Let them guide us.
Yeah.
We can put our, ideas through.
Yeah.
And just get it done.
And I think by the time, if we do this development, they will know our brand.
Yeah.
And they'll be making all the suggestions to us.
Yeah.
And that'll be a good place to be in.
Oh, definitely.
And then it can just be the girls going, well, can we just tweak this here, pull that out there, or put that in there?
Yeah.
And then what a place to be in, really.
Oh, definitely. So really then, over the next few weeks, we need to get as much knowledge from as many people that are doing it, have done it.
Anybody that's sort of willing to, if they want to ask us questions, but if they've already done it in the development world, we would like to ask them some questions, because we're very green to this.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have an idea of an end goal or what we want to do, but we want to speak to someone who's done it.
Yeah.
Who's actually been there and done it in this area, really.
Specifically in rural living, we know there's money to be made.
Yeah.
So really, you guys are going to learn pretty much at the same time that we're learning.
Yeah, but also the guys that have construction companies as well.
Yes.
Trades.
Yeah.
Anybody that feels that they can add value into this, or maybe say to us, you know what, I think it's great what you're doing, but this is probably what I think as well.
Yeah.
We're just absorbing information like a sponge, aren't we?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Take it all in.
It's a massive, massive journey.
What a journey.
For both of us.
I mean, for you, Neil, it's pretty wild, isn't it?
I mean, I haven't got any knowledge of building, obviously, but I have a knowledge of running a company, I suppose, dealing with staff, dealing with people, and really I think that's kind of what I enjoy doing. And I've always liked property, interested in it, but when you're not a builder, it's just like, it's mind-blowing.
So, what do you think about it then?
Oh, it is fascinating. It's amazing. It's amazing how simple and yet complicated it is all at the same time.
Yeah.
You're thinking, you're digging footings, you're putting blocks on, you're building walls. It sounds easy, but it's not.
No.
And also, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
And throw all the logistics in there with that as well.
Exactly. Regulations. Plannings.
Well.
Oh, God. Like for this layout project, we've had the electrical company. We've got to, resort the power out. The cable that's in that building, it hasn't been touched for 40 years. You can pretty much touch it and get a shock. So
it's literally live above the door.
Yeah, as you walk in.
Yeah, it was only when the Sparky come to us and he says, "You do realise that whole box up there is live?" And we was like, "Oh,
I better step away from that."
Can you make it safe for us, please? But even I, at that point, didn't realise it was. So, still learning in that front.
Oh,
but
definitely.
You just think the simple things, like we talked about the BT line. There looks like there's a BT line in there.
Yeah.
You've spoken to them today.
Yeah.
There isn't one
it's
there.
It's not live.
It's disconnected, so we've got to put a new one in.
Yeah. And really, we've got to do that.
100%.
And just going back to what we were saying, we're putting things into this house, really, that I would say most people wouldn't. So we're making provisions now for CCTV. Whether we put it in, we don't know yet. But
yeah, I think we'll make that decision towards the end, because I feel like the CCTV thing is a big thing now. Everybody wants it. And I think if we're going to command the value we want in this property that we know it's worth, we've got to put it in.
Yeah.
Simple as.
Yeah.
We've got to put it in.
Add the extras.
It's a part of the brand.
Yeah. Why are we documenting everything?
We are trying to make it relatable, aren't we, to people that potentially want to do this.
Yeah.
Or have started doing it. Talk about the struggles, the ups, the downs, and all of the stuff people don't tell you. Because everybody just tells you the good stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
How they're doing well, or, how many lads you've got, how much money you've got, car you've got.
Yeah.
And we really want to be talking about is how shit was it?
Yeah. The difficulties of it.
The difficult stages. And how did you get through it?
Yeah. We'll obviously say the wins that we have, which is, because you want to be proud of what you're doing.
Yeah.
But you need to see those obstacles, learn how to overcome them, and everyone else can see how we overcome them.
Yeah. Creating an awareness to it really is, because I don't really know, other than the building side. I don't know anything about development, I guess.
No.
In terms of the building, I know that, but the actual going through the whole process of buying it, down to selling it, you know, and all the legalities that are involved in it as well.
Yeah.
Boundaries, stuff like that. I mean, it sounds boring, but they have a huge impact on buying a property. I think the people that have done really well make a lot of the money when they buy.
Yes.
It's what you buy the land for,
yeah,
as opposed to what you build them for.
And for us, it's uniqueness. You know, once we've got an established brand, a look, a quality.
I just don't want to be walking onto something that Burden and Butler have done and it being a square box.
Yeah.
Generic.
Yeah.
You know, the same.
We want to build houses that we want to live in.
Yeah. And what do we say about Eastfield Road? Every day we go down there.
Yeah.
Me, I'd want to live
we want to live here.
House. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the key to it all.
I agree. Yeah. So, where do you want to be in 10 years' time with this?
So, my end goal, or our end goal, I guess, it running itself.
Yep.
At a point where the developments are running themselves. We can dip our toe in and out as and when we please.
Yeah.
I mean, you have these huge expectations that everything's going to be perfect, but it's not going to be.
No.
For me, it's, and I don't want it to sound bad, but financial freedom is a big driving force for me.
Yeah.
Because to actually have a choice in what I do in my life and when I do it, for me, that's everything. I don't necessarily need to have a lot of money.
So what you're saying is the most valuable thing is time.
Yeah, 100%
Really?
time.
Yeah.
Because at the minute, obviously everything's work.
Yeah.
You don't have time to sort of digest what you're doing. It's go to sleep, get back at it, go to sleep, get back at it.
Yeah.
I want to have that time to be able to say, I'm not going in today.
Yeah.
Or we've booked a flight, we're going on a holiday.
Yeah.
Or we're going to take the kids so and so.
Yeah.
That to me means a lot.
And also enjoying what you're doing on a daily basis.
I love this though now. I
I
can't explain to you the transition that I've made, how much I love this.
Yeah.
Every day I wake up and I want to go to work.
Which
I shouldn't be going to work really.
Yeah.
You told me, it's like everybody says I micromanage, but I love to go to work.
You don't need to be on the tools.
No.
You know, if we're going to grow this company, you don't need to be on the tools. But I get it. You know, from someone that's come from working in a workshop, you want to feel like you've done a day's work.
Yeah.
So I think every now and again you have to go in there and get your hands dirty and get stuck into it. And I don't
for my
blame you.
mental health.
Yeah.
I have to do it.
Yeah.
Because I've been so long doing it now.
Yeah.
I think for me to just stop it, and I tried a couple of weeks ago, and it was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I feel lost.
Yeah.
You know how when you sold DNS?
Yeah.
You felt lost.
I did.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
It's like I've lost my purpose. I can't just drive around.
Yeah.
And do
looking
nothing.
for properties and stuff like. Yeah.
It's not me.
Yeah.
But mixing it in.
Yeah.
And getting that balance is very important.
Yeah.
But I guess. So what do you want?
The freedom is a massive thing.
Yeah.
You know, selling a company, you think, oh, this is fantastic. It isn't really. It's great, and I'm extremely lucky. And don't get me wrong, I'm grateful. But because I've lost my identity, I'm starting again. I'm starting my career again. I'm 38. I am starting again, but I'm starting something that I feel passionate about, and I want to be proud of it when we get to, you know, retirement age. We're not the kind of people that are ever going to retire.
No.
Because we just we enjoy work too much, but we want that freedom.
Yeah.
You know, and if we want to go off and do other things, then great. You know, so we're talking right now on this series about our developments, but we want to look into commercial property. Never done commercial property, so to get someone on here to teach us about that and learn more about that, you know, getting revenues, you know, every month from rent. You know, some of these houses we built, we may end up keeping them on our books.
Yeah.
Get a portfolio together
and
rent them out. Right now, that's not what we're doing.
No.
But who's to say we're not going to do that in the future?
Yeah, and I think also a great thing for people to actually know about is how they can access money to be able to do this.
Yes.
Because for me, I know nothing nothing about it really.
Yeah.
I have an understanding about mortgage and, you know, the way you can leverage from equity.
Yeah.
But that's where it stops for me.
Yeah.
And you've kind of taught me a lot more. And I guess what I would look for is someone who's in that department and could tell us or teach us and other people that want to listen to this what they can do. I
think it's difficult to borrow money, no matter, you know, we had a long-standing company that, you know, that my grandpa established in 1981. We still had to, you know, beg the bank manager to come over and lend us money.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that way.
No.
There's barriers there to stop people from getting on in life, in business life, which doesn't make any sense, but
it's not impossible.
It's not impossible.
I myself have equity in my house.
Yeah.
And obviously, in my mind, being a builder, I'm thinking, well, how can I leverage this money in order to be able to do what I want with it?
Yeah.
Because what's the point in having the value in the house and not being able to use it?
I think you can't remortgage to get money out. I believe that you can get a loan and use your house as collateral in order to do it. I think that's probably the option.
Yeah.
But really, we could do with somebody coming on here and telling us.
Absolutely.
So, if anyone out there wants to come on and tell us about money, please do. Thank you.
Yeah, because this is not advice.
I'm not trying to give anybody advice.
This is us. This is us.
Neil's turned into the guy.
The expert.
Yeah, giving the advice.
I've absolutely no fucking idea, though, because we haven't done it yet. But
I'm just waiting for at some point someone to come and be like, this house now belongs to us.
Yeah.
You need to leave.
Oh, so
It's been repossessed. But
we did hear about a guy who went to a business thing, and there was a guy who sold his house and didn't tell his wife.
He came home
and
he told his wife, just to let you know, I've sold the house, we've got to be out in a couple of months.
Wow.
Yeah, because he was a property developer, but apparently
that's some big boy balls. That is.
I said, how did you take it? And he said, pretty well, because it wasn't the first time I'd done it. So I was like, oh God, that's not happening.
I would like to speak with someone like that.
Oh yeah. He's divorced now.
No. Maybe not that.
At this point, we've got our YouTube going, guys. So if you want to follow our projects, what we're doing, we are on YouTube, Burden and Butler, and we try and put an episode out once a week, but we're going to kind of mix this podcast in with the YouTube.
It's a different kind of content.
It is. It really is.
It probably gets down onto more of a personal level with the podcast, which I think other people might find really interesting.
Yeah.
And they'll be able to get a better understanding of us and other people as well. So
really, if there's anybody out there that wants to be on our podcast that is within property development or, as we said, solicitors, accountants, lawyers, all those kind of things, then get in touch with us, because we will happily have you on, won't we? And you get to sit in this lovely room. Yeah, and drink coffee. Yeah, it's good coffee. Yeah. And Sam's got his shorts on because it's extremely hot in here. It's so hot. I hadn't anticipated how warm it was going to be in here. It's February. Yeah, I know. But it's 16 degrees outside, Vic. It wants to be, because it's been a horrific winter. Well, touch wood, we have a nice spring and summer. Oh, God, please. We'll get some building done. So if you want to see our up-to-date progress on both of our projects, check out the YouTube channel, Burden and Butler. Thanks for listening, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you. And if you've enjoyed this episode, please like, follow and subscribe. Listen to it in your car. On the toilet. Having a poo. Keep it buttoned. Okay. Yeah. Come on, Joe Rogan, we're catching you up now, mate. I've actually really enjoyed this. Yeah, it's good. Good. Yeah, really good. It feels more me. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So if you've enjoyed this episode, So if you've enjoyed this episode, please like, follow and subscribe to it. Listen to us in your car. Whilst having a poo. On the loo. Yeah. Anything else? Sam, it's your catchphrase. Oh. Keep it buttoned. Let's do it again. Hi, I'm Neil Burden. Hi, I'm Sam Butler. And we are Burden and Butler. And this is our property development. You are a This is our rural property podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.